following is a special presentation of Big Pauly's World of Sports, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. Good afternoon to you all, everybody. This is Big Pauly coming to you live and in color, if you will, live and in public from Seminole, Florida, the home territory, the headquarters of Big Pauly's World of Sports Events. But figuratively and virtually, we are headed to Arrowhead Stadium for a HTFL contest between Tampa Bay, who has been struggling as of late, 9-6. They're facing Kansas City, who is 10-5. A chilly 30-degree day in Kansas City. It always helps when you do these games to actually know what the hell you're talking about. So Kansas City will be at home. I will play as Kansas City, much to my chagrin, and the computer will control the Buccaneers. Go Bucs. And I'm not taking it easy on them. So here we are. We're ready to go. And talk about a dream matchup. You got Tom Brady against Joe Montana. And could this be a match we see later on in the playoffs? That'll be beginning in 3 weeks' time. Coin flip will go Kansas City's way. They will defer until the second half. They are in the burgundy, I guess you could call it, reddish uniforms, in Tampa Bay in the creamsicle white squares and orange numbering. Wilson back deep for Tampa, and it's a touchback to start our game. Offensively for Tampa Bay, it's Dunn and Allstott at running back. Johnson and Carrier at wideout. Gronkowski is the tight end. Brady the quarterback out of Michigan. Gruber, Marpet, Mayberry, Middleton, and Penn are your offensive linemen. 1st and 10 for the Bucs. And Brady, surveying the field, will go deep on the first play, and it's picked.
The previous play is under review.
Potentially, let's see.
Upon further review, the ball touched the ground before being secured. Incomplete.
And Tom Brady will go to a Catholic church in the Tampa Bay area and bless his lucky stars. 2nd and 10 from the 20. Defensively for KC, it's Allen, Smith, Buchanan, and Mays, the front four. Bell, Lanier, and Holly, your middle linebackers, your linebacking trio. Thomas, Lewis, Robinson, Cherry are your defensive backs. 2nd and 10 from the 20. And this is Warwick Dunn picking up 7 yards. And that'll cut it to a 3rd and 3 for the Bucs. 9-6, they play in the South Division, and Kansas City 10-5 out west. It looked a sure thing that the Bucs were going to make the playoffs, but now they are really struggling. And you wonder if they will make it or not after playing well most of the season. 3rd and 3. They give us the Dunn trap for a loss. Allen got him a loss of a yard. So 4th and 4, as always, I am joined by my pet companion, Ella the cat, who is sitting to my left, leaving her scent on the computer monitor I'm doing the game off of. Well, I guess that works. Punting time for Tampa. I believe that was Bidwell doing the punting, and that is a 50-yard punt for Josh, headed out at the 24. Kansas City will be going into the wind for quarters 1 and 4, so they'll get the wind advantage in the middle quarters. Offensively for Kansas City, it's Charles, Richardson, Smith. Charles and Richardson are your running backs. Smith and Bowe are your wideouts. Gonzalez at tight end. Montana, the quarterback. Trier, Shields, Rudnay, Walters, and Schwartz Waters and Schwartz are your offensive linemen. Give to Richardson just to throw Tampa Bay off the scent that will go to Charles right away. A gain of 11 for Richardson. That's a 1st and 10 at the 35. For Tampa Bay defensively, they have a few stars. Selman, Bennett, McCoy, and David Logan, your front four. Brooks, Levante David, and Hugh Green, your linebackers. Barber, Talib, Lynch, and Mark Barron are your defensive backfield. We'll go to Jamal now. Trap right. And the experts are thinking that if Kansas City just focuses on running the ball, they should be able to do well if they keep it away from Leroy Selman. A gain of 3. Logan on the tackle. As we saw in the Pittsburgh-Detroit game yesterday, running the ball could be key in a cold weather game like this. 2nd and 7, although I'm sure Kansas City would have loved to have played in Tampa this game. Back to Charles. And that is a gain of 5 more. Setting up 3rd and 2. We're going to go play action short to Travis Kelce. And he's got a 1st down, a pickup of 9. Barron on the stop for Tampa Bay. That sets up 1st and 10 at the 48. Trap left Jamal Charles. But now the Buccaneers coming up playing short and tight. So we're going to go to Gonzalez on a hitch and hope that works. And it does. That is a gain of 14. And it's 1st and 10 at the Tampa Bay 34. Buccaneers running out of playoff options. Thinking 10 and 8 will be good enough to make the playoffs, and right now they are 9 and 6. Trap right Jamal, and they finish with 2 divisional games, Houston and Atlanta, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Derek Brooks finally gets his mitts around Charles for no gain. 2nd and 10 from the 34. We'll go back to Richardson. Trap to the right side. And Richardson bouncing off a couple, gaining 5. Bennett hurt. His return questionable. So Adrian Claiborne coming in for 3rd and 5 at the 29. And we look to, almost said Riddick Bowe, but Dwayne Bowe on the short cross. And he got it. And Montana has been sharp so far in this game for Kansas City. 3 for 3, 33 yards. And a tackle there by Donnie Abraham out of East Tennessee State, who I think went on and coached at the high school level here in the Tampa Bay area. I think he coached for Clearwater for a little bit, the Clearwater Tornadoes, who had one of their players make the NFL, Hassan Jones. Played for the Vikings for a bit in the 80s. 1st and 10 at the 19. Tackle right, Jamal Charles in the 3 wide set. So that might open up some running lanes. And yeah, Kansas City just pounding the rock on Tampa Bay. A gain of 12 there, moves it to the 7. And it's 1st and goal from the 7. We'll keep going with Charles, even though he is getting a little winded. And Charles will pick up a gain of 3. Priest Holmes entering the game at running back. Will go his way on a stretch. And penalty there.
Holding. Offense. Number 87. 10-yard penalty.
And they get Travis Kelce for holding. They'll take the penalty and move Kansas City back 10 yards to the 14 for a 2nd and goal. We'll go Larry Johnson on the screen. Number 27. No, not Larry Johnson, the basketball player, but he has a touchdown. And Joe Montana goes over 3,000 for the season. We've been seeing that happen a lot of places as we do our HTFL games these past few weeks. So it's going to be 6-0 Kansas City with the point after good by Butker. 7-0 in favor of Kansas City. Also wanted to say happy birthday to Dave Gardner. As I record this, it is his birthday. We won't mention how old Dave is, and if I knew, I still probably wouldn't tell you. How you doing, Dave? So Kansas City kicking it away. I know he was doing another Cleveland Spiders game last night. And again, Wilson back deep. And it's 1st and 10 from the 20. If I knew, I would be sworn to secrecy. 1st and 10 from the 20 for Tampa. Brady has started 0 for 1. So he hasn't had any passing yards as of yet. And a marker before we get started.
False start. Offense. Number 83, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Probably do, now don't quote me on this, but we'll probably do all games live this week. Save maybe the Friday night game. So a false start on, I think that was Gruber, right? 1st and 15 from the 15. Yeah, it was incomplete. Watch the first couple of episodes of Better Call Saul, season 6, and they started out that first episode so nicely with that Days of Wine and Roses by Jackie Gleason. My father used to listen to the Jackie Gleason Orchestra, and when CDs were first a thing, he went out and he found Jackie Gleason. The Jackie Gleason Orchestra tapes were available, or the CDs by then. Went out and got them, and just beautiful music for its time. 2nd and 15 from the 15. That is a throw to Keyshawn Johnson. Gain of 10, so 12 to 19 for 10 yards. 3rd and 5 at the 25. Rays continue to struggle. They're up at Wrigley Field playing the Cubs in a 3-game set. Gain of 9 to Gronk, and it's 1st and 10 for the Bucs. Ball at the 34. The Bandits won last night, but if the USFL makes it, this incarnation of it, makes it through the season, I will be very surprised. The league must have, the only way they're going to survive is if they have deep pockets. 1st and 10 of the 34. Because there's like almost nobody at these games in Birmingham.
Offsides. Defense. Number 29, 5-yard penalty.
And that is Lewis called for defensive offsides to make it 1st and 5. And I guess the league, fearing any further outbreaks of COVID, decided to play all of its games in Birmingham at one of 2 facilities. They have the much larger Legion Field, and then they have the facility UAB plays in. 1st and 5 at the 39. And gain of 4 there for Mike Allstott. Set up 2nd and 1 from the 43. Doesn't matter where they play, people are not going. Because you only got one team that the fans of Birmingham would be interested in, and that's the Stallions. 3rd and inches at the 44 with 3:24 to go. So if the league stays together, I think Tampa Bay will be a very good team in it. And Dunn stood up, a loss of a yard to make it 4th and a yard. We'll watch for the fake punt. And that goes out of bounds at the 21. Punt of 36 yards. 1st and 10 for Kansas City. And I'm sure they're hoping they have a surgical drive like they did on their opening drive that netted them the touchdown. Trap left Priest Holmes, and he will gain 6 more yards. I'm probably going to move the place where I do my recordings to a new location because Ellie always seems to visit me, and this new location has a door to it. So if I don't want Ellie hanging around me, now and don't get me wrong, I love Ellie to death, but do I really need her on top of me 24/7? No. Especially when I'm doing this. Off tackle left Holmes on 2nd and 4. Unknown defense being played by Tampa Bay. No gain. David on the stop. So this will be like the 3rd different location I have used within the house in about 5 months. 3rd and 4, but I think I have found a spot that will be suitable for it. Fly to J.T. Smith. And that's a gain of 10. Montana on point. He is now 5 for 5, 57 yards. And that'll do it for quarter number 1. And your score is 7-0. Another problem I'm having with this area is I could hear bees or insects just going as I do the games. And I don't think the insects are inside and could harm me or the computer equipment. I could hear they're just outside where I sit in the lobby of the home. But I don't. Yeah, in fact, I'm hearing them right now as I talk to you. Pitch left, Priest Holmes on 1st and 10. So I want to move to a place where I don't have to worry about that. Gain of 12. Levante David on the stop. And let's give you the plays and yardage. 15 plays, 114 for Kansas City. 10 of their plays were runs. For Tampa Bay, 9 plays, 29 yards. 5 of their plays rushes. So each team running the ball more than they are throwing, at least this early in the game. 1st and 10 at the Kansas City 49. Now remember, Kansas City has the wind advantage. And that might come in a little handy when we get a little farther into this drive. Holmes filling in nicely for Jamal Charles, a 3-yard pickup. And that sets up 2nd and 7 from the Tampa Bay side of the field, the 48-yard line. And we'll go back to Holmes. And that is a gain of 6. It kind of reminds me of the Pittsburgh-Tampa Bay game last night, where Pittsburgh just came out running the ball, running back. I think it was well into the first quarter before they threw a pass. But by that point, Tampa Bay was already up 10, and they lost the game 17-3. So 3rd and a yard at the 42. And remember what I was saying. We have the wind advantage. We're going to go Kelsey on a short pass. And he's got it. Joe Montana.
Personal foul.
On
Defense.
Fire.
Number 99.
And Claiborne.
15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Has been disqualified. Was roughing up some of the Kansas City players, and he threw a punch. So he has been excused from the rest of this game. And the Kansas City fans giving him whatnot. We do not know yet who has come in for Tampa Bay. But a revolting development their way. Sweep to the left, Holmes on 1st and 10. Tampa Bay showing some signs of frustration. And Holmes a gain of 11. Reagan Upshaw came in and is playing defensive end. He's out of California. And it's 1st and goal now at the 4. Holmes on a dive. And another very methodical drive for the Chiefs. Touchdown.
The previous play is under review.
We think.
The ruling on the field is confirmed.
And they say the ruling on the field will stand. So that is 2 very surgical and methodical touchdowns for Kansas City. They lead now 13-0 with your extra point coming, which was hit by Butker. 14-0. Kansas City looking like a playoff team. And Tampa Bay looking anything but with 11:34 left in the half. And again, Wilson back deep for Tampa Bay, I beg your pardon. That goes all the way to Wichita, Kansas for a touchback. And it's 1st and 10 from the 20. Probably traveling the Kansas Turnpike and Interstate 135 maybe. 1st and 10 at the 20. I was out there once. I thought Kansas was beautiful. 1st and 10 from the 20. Over the middle to Keyshawn. He picks up 15 yards. And that for the day for him, 2 for 25. 1st and 10 from the 35 with 11:28 to go. And that is Keyshawn, a gain of 13. So they're throwing him the damn ball. Keyshawn now 3 catches, 38 yards. First and 10 at the 48 with 10:40 left to go. And that is Allstott gaining 3 yards. Haley making a stop. Second and 7, and I think this is the first time Tampa Bay has been in Kansas City territory. They're at the 49 with 9:55 left in the half. I'm going to cough a moment because I feel one coming on, and I'm right on the play button. Okay, there we go. Now we'll call the play. And this is done, not losing a yard, but Gronk is now out for the game. So that brings in Jimmy Giles. So things going bad to worse right now for the Buccaneers, who trail 14-0 with 9:13 left to go in the opening half. Brady's got to be frustrated at this point. Incomplete pass on 3rd and 7. Was looking to Allstott, and again, I'll watch for the fake punt. And that punt by Bidwell only 31 yards. So it's first and 10 from the 18. Holmes still in there at running back. Favor of Jamal Charles, who they were using rather frequently in the first drive, but ever since then, it's been Priest Holmes. Sweep to the left, Holmes. I didn't see signs that he had gotten hurt. Gain of 8 for Holmes. Holmes now 8 carries for 50 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And we're going to try for the Bomba here to Bow on 2nd and 2. Hopefully catch the corners playing tight. It was a check down to J.T. Smith. Barber on the tackle, a gain of 4, and that works just the same. First and 10 from the 30. Sweep left, Priest Holmes. He gets another carry and a gain of 2. How about Richardson on the screen on 2nd and 8? And, finally, Montana throws an incompletion after completing 7 in a row. So 3rd and 8 at the 32, and the Bucs are thinking, well, if he could throw one incompletion, he can throw another. Slant to Tony Gonzalez. The other Tony G. Gain of 9. If you're wondering who the other Tony G I'm thinking of, think of the game of poker. Like Tony G Poker. On your bike, son. First and 10 at the 41. Still follow poker a little bit. Jamal Charles back in the game. We'll give it to him. Trap right side. Put him right to work. And Charles will get a first down on first down. Gain of 11. 5:46 in a fastly moving first half. Well, it seemed to be fastly moving. We've actually been at it now about 25 minutes and 48 seconds. It's good to have that on a live stream. The amount of time the broadcast has taken. Off tackle right, Priest Holmes. Bucs playing short tight. And you know what that means. Long fly to Smith. And that is incomplete. And Montana now 8 of 10. We'll go to Holmes. Trap right. And Holmes will pick up 5. 3rd and 5. We're under 5 minutes left in quarter number 2. And we'll go to Tony G on a short cross. And Kansas City just in total command right now. First and 10 at Tampa's 35 with 4:11 to go. I'll tackle left, Priest Holmes. And that is a gain of 5. Levante David on the stop. We'll run that stretch play, but we'll go to Richardson with it on 2nd. And Richardson with some effective runs today. He gets the first down. He has 3 carries, 21 yards. Holmes now at 11 for 62. As a team, Kansas City 20 carries, 117 yards. Not too shabby. Charles has 6 for 34, by the way, but we're going to give him his seventh carry. And that is pickup of 4, McCoy on the tackle. And we go to the 2-minute warning. It has been domination so far for the Kansas City Chiefs. Your score is 14-0. 2 minutes left, each team with 3 timeouts and their challenge. Hitch to Tony on 2nd and 6, and that's on target too. Gain of 10. 1:49 to go. Kansas City's in a position where they really don't have to hurry. We'll run the stretch play to Jamal Charles. And that's a gain of 4. Now we'll call time. 1:20 to go. We have 2 timeouts left. 2nd and 6. We'll go to J.T. Smith on a cross. And Smith will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. It is 20-0 in favor of the Chiefs, and it's beginning to sound like a broken record. Bucs will have time. They have 1:14 left. And remember, Kansas City deferred. So they get the ball to start the second half. So Tampa Bay pretty much has to try to put something up here in the last 74 seconds of the half. And again, Wilson back deep. And again, it's a touchback. We'll see what Brady can do. Mike Evans coming in as a 3rd wide receiver. He is 13. And a favorite target of Tom Brady's in real life, of course. 1st and 10 from the 20. Brady over the middle for Evans. That is a gain of 19. And Tampa Bay's got to call a timeout here, right? They do. 1st and 10 at the 39. And Brady firing to Evans again. Gain of 5. 59 seconds now. 2nd and 5. Ball at the 44. Evans again. Gain of 8. He's making up for lost time in this game. And it is now 1st and 10 at the KC 48. We have 1 timeout left for Tampa Bay, 48 seconds left to go. My elbow's feeling a little better today. Had some tendonitis in it real bad about this time yesterday. And here's Brady. Thomas Edwards looking for Johnson and complete. Now it's 2nd and 10 from the 48 at KC. And Brady looking for Evans. Did Evans drop that? Yes, it was in and out of his hands. So now 3rd and 10, ball at the 48 with 30 seconds now left. And a sack on Brady. Neil Allen got to him. We'll call timeout just in case any big play happens on 4th and 14. I'll go for the block here. What the hell? Everything's been rolling good for Kansas City. That goes out of bounds at the 18. 11 seconds to go. And I'm just going to have Montana take a knee. Tampa Bay, you could call your last time out, but I'm just going to take another knee again. And that'll do it for the first half. Your score right now, a very one-sided affair. It's 21-0. So I will be back in 45 seconds to bring you the second half of play. And you are watching the Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims YouTube channel. Now this. Oh, I get to do one more. If you like the video you're watching, feel free to use the Amazon link provided. I'll put it in the description down below. I don't know about you all, but I love that commercial. So it's 21-0. Kansas City has been dominant in this first 30 minutes of play. We'll see what happens in the second 30. Kansas City gets the ball to start the second half, barring a turnover on the kickoff. Tampa Bay, 19 plays, 88 yards. Kansas City, 37 for 2-3-0. 24 of Kansas City's 37 plays rushes. 12 of the 19 Tampa Bay plays have been passes. Dante Hall back deep. We haven't called him yet because they haven't gotten a kickoff yet. Hall, not much of a return. Gain of 14. Johnson making the stop for Tampa Bay. Montana, 11 of 13, 107 yards. We will go back to Priest Holmes and that double tight end set. Trap to the right, and Holmes picking up 2. Cecil up. No, not Cecil Upshaw. That was a player for the Toronto Blue Jays way back when. Reagan Upshaw making the tackle. It is 2nd and 8. Stretch to Holmes. Sees the extra blocking will help. No, it's a gain of 3. And suddenly it's 3rd and 5 for KC. And we'll look to Gonzalez on the cross. And he's got a first down. Montana continuing to be super hot throwing the ball on this cold 30-degree day in Kansas City. He is 12 for 14. Only 114 yards, but they have been doing what they need him to do. Holmes inside run, 1st and 10 from the 33. And Tampa Bay has not had any answers. Gain of 9 before Rondé Barber, the brother of Tiki Barber for New York, making the tackle. 2nd and 1. Play action bomb to Bo, and this might be a perfect call because Tampa Bay playing short and tight. You don't suppose this could work for 6 points. Bo is open, and Bo goes to the house. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Offsides, defense, number 76, 5-yard penalty.
And that'll be declined, obviously. So a quick strike there. Montana to Bo for 60. 58 yards, I should say. It's 27-0 KC. And the kick extra point is good by Butker. 28-0. Tampa Bay just taken to the woodshed here against Kansas City. Kansas City trying to make the playoffs for a second straight season. Lost in the Western Finals to San Francisco, if I recall correctly, last year. But this year it is the 4 division winners and the teams with the next best 12 records. Tampa Bay was leading the division most of the year. We'll do the kickoff to Wilson. But they have fallen on hard times as of late. Out of the end zone, the kick went there by Butker, and it's 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Brady giving it out to Dunn. No gain, no answers right now if you are a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. And I'm just checking something real fast here, folks. Okay. Giants and the Mets are playing 2 right now in New York. I did not know that. They're still playing 7-inning doubleheaders, if I recall correctly. 2nd and 10 at the 20. I hate those. Isn't it funny how, pass interference there on Evans.
Pass interference, defense, number 42, automatic, 1st down.
You don't want to give Brady an opening, and that moves the ball all the way to the 37 of Kansas City. 1st and 10, 10:49 left. It is 28-0. But here goes Brady. He's under heat, and it's a pick.
The previous play is under review.
Very small chance this gets overturned.
The ruling on the field stands. Interception.
And Tom Brady has thrown his first pick. He violently takes his helmet off and slams it to the ground. And that is kind of encapsulating what the day has been for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers up to this point. Last player I ever saw slam his helmet down so violently was Joe Namath in the 69 divisional playoff, the Jets and the Chiefs. If you ever see film of that game, near the end, he just takes his helmet off and he slams it because the Chiefs beat the Jets in New York that day, 13-6. It was a very frustrating day. And of course, the Chiefs would go on beat Oakland for the AFL title in 69-70, and then went on and beat the Vikings 23-7. Nobody expected that, even with the Jets beating the Colts the previous year in Super Bowl III. 10 tackles on the day for LaDonte David. Rutney is going to come off for a bit. Wiegman comes in at center. Trap right, Priest Holmes. NBC announced their Sunday night football team this year will be Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, and Melissa Stark, who was doing Monday Night Football games way back when. Screen to Larry Johnson. Good to see Melissa back. Of course, Michelle Tafoya no longer there. Here's Johnson, and Larry Johnson again at 22. Kansas City is just firing on all cylinders here. 9:26 left in the third. It is 28-0, and the Chiefs are not satisfied. They want more scalps, especially of the Buccaneers here. Sweep left, Priest Holmes, 1st and 10 at the 32. And it has been Holmes. It has been Jamal Charles. It has been, to a lesser degree, Tony Richardson. Davis just made another tackle, Levante David. And Holmes is now up to 17 for 85. Hell, let's run a reverse. J.T. Smith on 2nd and 6. And even this is going to work for a first down. Gain of 7. And Tampa Bay just looking completely demoralized. We'll go Richardson on a trap right on 1st and 10. He will gain another 4 yards. Been very reliable when they have gone to him. 4 carries and 25 yards. 2nd and 6 from the 17. We'll run outside. We'll go to Holmes. And Holmes will pick up another 3 yards. 3rd and 3 at the 14. We'll go play action, medium pass to Kelsey. How's that for a tight end duo? Kelsey has it, and Kansas City has another score. $34-0, 35-0. And if you're wondering, when's Kansas City going to call off the Dogs? Well, here's the thing. When you get to these wild card positions, if the teams haven't played each other and they're not in the same division, the first tiebreaker is point differential. So it's imperative on Kansas City to get that as high as possible. And it's imperative on Tampa Bay to keep it as low as possible, but they're not doing a good job so far in this game. We have 5:58 left in the third, 35-0. Here's the kickoff. And that is Butker out of the end zone. The kickoff went, and it's 1st and 10 from the 20. 35-0 Kansas City. Ooh. Loss of 4. Dunn got stuffed by Willie Lanier. 2nd and 14 at the 16. 5:50 left to go. Brady going deep, but not finding Mike Evans. Brady on the day just 7 of 14, 79 yards in Tampa Bay, only with 84 yards today. while Kansas City has 368. 3rd and 14 at the 16. This has just been a whitewash. Looking for Johnson, incomplete. Might have been caught.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. Incomplete. A timeout will be charged.
And Tampa Bay was just grasping at straws with that challenge. Did not have a good chance of being overturned. And Tampa Bay has to punt it away again. Dante Hall, a 13-yard return. The punt went 44, the net 31. And things just continuing to go right for Kansas City. They start at the 47. We might as well just chuck one up again to Bo. Worked one time. Could it work a second time? It can. Another 41-yard gain. And John McKay looking over at Hank Stram saying, would you stop it already? And Hank's telling him no, because this might be a tiebreaker criterion that I need. So just keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys. Trap right, Priest Holmes on 1st and goal from the 6. Gain of 2. 2nd and goal from the 4. We'll go a dive to Tony Richardson. And he will be stood up for a loss of a yard. We'll go Kelsey on the cross. That is incomplete. So Kansas City finally held to a field goal. Butker, almost a chip shot for him from 22. 38-0 now in favor of Kansas City with 2:40 left to go in the 3rd, unfortunately. Wilson back deep for Tampa Bay. And that is another touchback. 1st and 10 from the 20. That is to Dunn.
Holding offense. Number 74, 10-yard penalty.
And Gruber gets called for holding. Montana on the day is now 16-19, 249, 4 touchdowns. At this point, do the stats do the one-sidedness of this game any justice? 1st and 20 at the 10. They're telling you all you need to know. Incomplete. Brady was looking for Carrier. 2nd and 20 from the 10. Tampa Bay has Houston and Atlanta to wrap up the season. A fumble. Kansas City has it. Very impressive what Kansas City is doing here today. 2nd turnover for Tampa Bay. Brady got the ball stripped by Allen, and Thomas made the recovery. Emmett Thomas. Well, what do we do here? We'll go to Holmes. This is very humbling for a Buck fan to be a part of, being the instrument of their annihilation. And Holmes, a no gain. But as I said, I'm not pulling any punches here. No gain. Tampa Bay could play better defense against my Kansas City Chiefs. 2nd and 10 at the 15. I'm going to go Gonzalez on a medium cross. Might as well make it 45 if we can. That's incomplete. It's now 3rd and 10 at the 15. We'll go Otis Taylor on a medium slant. That is incomplete.
Personal foul. Defense. Automatic 1st down.
Even Leroy Selman's getting frustrated. He picks up a personal foul, a 1st and 10, 1st and goal actually from the 7 for Kansas City. And this is a massacre at this point. Priest Holmes off tackle, left side, and he scores 44-0. As this rout continues in Kansas City, your extra point try is no good. He actually missed one. So that makes it still 44-0. 1:09 left to go. Of course, a famous game in 1985 between the Chicago Bears and the the Dallas Cowboys, which was nationally televised a lot of places, but not in Tampa Bay, had the score 44-0. Wilson back deep. What I remember about that was we were getting the Jets and the Buccaneers. The Jets won that day 62-28 on the Bucs, but they initially had power trouble at the Meadowlands, the old Meadowlands Stadium, Giants Stadium, where the game was being played. And for a few minutes, we got Chicago Dallas. And my dad, who didn't really he was a Bucs fan, but he didn't particularly wanted to see the Bucs that day. He wanted to see Chicago and Dallas. Was initially very, very giddy. But in a few minutes, they got the game back, and they had Pat Summerall and John Madden did the Cowboys Bears game. It's on YouTube. I know that. And Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw did Jets Bucs. First and 10 at the 20. And Brady looking for an opening. And I don't believe it, folks. Robertson, another pick to this season, and that's the third turnover for Tampa Bay this game. Well, I'm going to have Holmes dive it over. And that's no gain. 52 seconds left. Probably take the starters out after this drive. And we'll go Holmes again off tackle right side. And he's in. And the margin is now 50. It is 50-0 Kansas City. They have scored in this one quarter 29 points. And if they get the extra point, it'll be 30. So let's review what has happened in the third quarter. Montana to Kelsey. Butker kicked the field goal. I take that back. We started with Montana throwing a bomb to Bo. Then Montana threw a pass to Kelsey, second touchdown. Butker kicked the field goal. Holmes from 7 yards out. By the way, that's his second, and Holmes just scored his third touchdown. Butker missed an extra point. So it is 51-0 with 17 seconds to go. Butker will kick at an angle. And Wilson with the return of 18 yards to the 21. 9 seconds left in the third. And that is Johnson. We'll probably see a new quarterback for Kansas City when they get the ball back. And that does it for quarter number 3. 30 unanswered in the third quarter for Kansas City. 51 unanswered in the game. 51-0 is your score after 45 minutes of play. I don't think we have ever had a one-sided game like this in HTFL history. 28 plays, 97 yards for Tampa Bay. Well, if we do, I don't remember it, obviously. Kansas City, 59 plays, 419 yards of total offense. They ran the ball 39 times. Tampa Bay has thrown it 18 times. And Brady not having a good day. He's already thrown 2 picks. It's one of those days where everything that could go wrong has. Second and a deuce. And Brady is sacked by Buck Buchanan. His 10th sack of the season. To set up 3rd and 7. You got 4 wide now in for Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, Keyshawn Johnson, Mark Carrier, and Antonio Bryant. 3rd and 7. They look to James Wilder, but he could only get 2 yards. So at 14:09 left to go in the fourth, let's mercifully hope it ends quick. Dante Hall, a good return. 19 yards. The punt went 51. So the net was only 32. So who comes in for Joe Montana? We have, let's see, Alex Smith is 94-1. Len Dawson at 89-3. We're going to put Alex Smith into the game, and we'll have him quarterback the remaining quarter. He is, of course, out of Utah. And we'll go double tight end, and we'll go to Holmes. We have a whole bunch of reserves coming in for Tampa Bay. Priest Holmes has now cracked 100 yards, 107. We'll go through them all. Davis, Upshaw, Culpepper, and Dotson are your front four now. Johnson, Martz, and Moss, your linebackers. Smith and White, Robinson, and Jackson. We'll sweep it left with Priest Holmes on 2nd and 2. We're just going to run the ball the rest of the game. We might get touchdowns from it, but I'm not trying to get touchdowns. Gain of 2. Holmes with 109 yards on the day. Back to Jamal Charles, off tackle, right side. We have a marker down.
False start. Offense. Number 54, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Waters called for a false start. Montana leaves 16-20, 249, 4 touchdowns. A very impressive day for him. Off tackle left, Jamal Charles, and Charles will gain 5. 2nd and 10, 11:55. Of course, the biggest route in NFL history was in 1940 when the Washington Redskins played the Chicago Bears. And Chicago missed a lot of extra points, so it could have been worse. But the final that day was 73-0. Trap left Larry Johnson on 2nd and 10 in the 3-wide set, and he loses a yard. 3rd and 11. We'll throw a medium pass, actually, to Taylor. And another marker.
False start. Offense. Number 88, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, third down.
Really, guys? Really? You want to slow the game down that much? 3rd and 16 at the 46. Will screen to Larry Johnson. Bucs playing a nickel. And Johnson will gain 4 yards. So I believe this may be the first time today that Kansas City has had the punt, as Tampa brought in their starters in on that play. And Jarrell Wilson will punt it away. The ball is at the 50. We'll just go for the sidelines here. Try to get you through these last 10 minutes of this game. 29-yard punt. And went out of bounds at the 21. So the Bucs taking over. 1st and 10 at the 21. Brady. Looking and finding Evans. We got all the starters still in for Kansas City. It is 2nd and 3 yards to go at the 28. As we continue to hope for a merciful end to this game, as it has been a slaughter. Here is James Wilder. And Wilder could get the first points for Tampa Bay, and that is a gain of 46. Wilder at one point held the total yardage record for the NFL, the entire NFL. He had a great year for the Bucs in 1984, which was John McKay's last year. That was the longest catch for him for this season at 40, is that 6 or 8? 48 yards. 1st and 10 at the 24. The pitch is to James Wilder, and Wilder, a yardage machine coming off the bench, a gain of 7. I don't think Brady has been in many games where it was 51-0 against him. 2nd and 3 at the 17. This has got to be humiliating for him. No gain. Lewis on the stop for Kansas City. Shutout might be in jeopardy. 3rd and 13. Pass batted at the line by Allen, and the Bucs will go on 4th and 3 from the 17. Pitches to Wilder. Wilder immediately hit by Allen, and the Bucs cannot convert the first down on fourth, so it goes back to Tampa Bay. It goes back to Kansas City. I'm going to take one of the fullbacks out, Richardson, and I'm going to look for a replacement for him who can block. We'll go Curtis Mcclinton. He wears 32. Out of Kansas. Played on those early Chiefs teams that had just moved from Dallas, where they were the Texans. Charles on a stretch play, 1st and 10 from the 21, and Charles 1 yard. Smith is now out for the game. I believe that's J.T. Smith, so it's now Taylor and Bo in for Kansas City. We'll go back to the double tight end set. We'll go Holmes. Sweep to the left side. 6:18 left to go. Very few fans left at Arrowhead. Everybody hit the exits, is heading to the highways. Highway 70. And the stadium, of course, just outside the Kansas City the city of Kansas City. A gain of 4. Mart's on the stop. 51-0. This has been a drubbing. Screen to Mcclinton on 3rd and 5. We'll give him a touch, but it was overthrown by Smith. And with 5:17 left, the Bucs are going to get the ball back. Jarrell Wilson punting for I think this is the second time today. Humphreys took the fair catch after a punt of 43 yards. 5:09 left. And you know the score by now. 51-0 KC. 1st and 10 at the 31. Incomplete, looking for Bryant, I think. Brady just throwing that away. Not a good day for Tom. 10 for 22, 142 yards. No touchdowns, 2 picks. And that is a catch for Evans, who gained 14 yards. 1st and 10 at the 45. Tampa Bay would just love it to get a score here late. A fumble, which Brady got back. He lost 3 yards to cut that point differential down, which is now at minus 51. 2nd and 13 at the 42. 4:04 left. Throw looking for Bryant is incomplete. 3rd and 13. Looking for Keyshawn, incomplete. Brady now 11 of 25. Could be his last throw. And that's Wilder, and that is incomplete. And Brady not having a good day at all. 1st and 10 at the 42. They'll go full house for Kansas City and give it to Charles. Gain of 4. 2:55 left. And we're going to go to Charles again on a stretch play. That should get us to the 2-minute warning, mercifully. No gain. So we're at the 2. It is 51-0 Kansas City. We'll go to Mcclinton on a dive. And he will pick up 3. And we're going to run the clock down and call timeout with 1:14. 4th and 3 from the 35. They'll bring in Butker for a 52-yarder, which he misses. So Brady's going to get a few more licks at it. 1:07 to go. Can Kansas City keep this shutout? 51-0. Wilder just up the middle. They just want to run. They just want to get out of here too. Gain of 2 yards. 2nd and 8 at the 44. They give it to Wilder again. Wilder has actually gotten loose, and he gains another 27 yards. And Tampa Bay called their last timeout, much to the chagrin of the Kansas City fans. Bryant to the sideline, a gain of 7. 2nd and 3 from the 22. I was once at a high school game that was 63 nothing. So this is nothing. And I was at another that was 52-6. 3rd and 3 at the 22. And the 52-6 game is not too far from where I live, about a mile to the north of me. 4th and 3 at the 22 is Brady piling up the incompletions. And yeah, the Bucs will be shut out. Smith takes a knee. And this ends one of the most one-sided games we have ever had on the HTFL in both seasons that I have been doing it. Kansas City 51, Tampa Bay nothing. This was a slaughter. MVP, Priest Holmes. Montana threw 4 touchdowns and did not get it the MVP consideration. 7 trips to the red zone, 448 yards for Kansas City. Luke Brown must be loving this. 71 plays. Kansas City was just playing at another level today. That's all there was to it. Tampa Bay, 47 plays. Kansas City, nearly 2-1 on time of possession. Montana, 16-30. Just a little off the perfect rating that a quarterback's rating could be 158.3. It was 158.1. 249 yards. Holmes, 26 carries, 113 yards. Wilder came in late, got 7 carries for 35. Gonzalez and Evans each had 5 catches, but Bo, 3 catches, 109 for Kansas City. And Levante David had 15 tackles to lead everybody for Tampa Bay. Wow, folks, that was a slaughter and a half. Tomorrow, we will have a game that probably won't be such a slaughter. Hi, Ella. Hi, sweetie. I guess you knew when I was going to go on camera, right? So anyway, how do I get in here? We'll have Chicago at Seattle tomorrow. You little screen hog. And then I think we do Vegas, Atlanta come Thursday, and Minnesota, Dallas on Friday. So we're getting there, folks. After this, we'll have 13 games left in the regular season, and then we will begin our 5-week, 15-game playoff. I hope you enjoyed this game. Sorry about the outcome, but I was not expecting this to be one-sided at all. This has been Big Pauly coming to you, wishing you all well. Godspeed, God bless. We will do it all again soon. Ellie, do you want a little more? You want a little more airtime? There you go, baby. Bye-bye for now, everybody. Good girl. Good girl. Daddy loves you.